about water in our lives. And just like Bishop Eamon said, the first thing I was thinking of was of the poor young people last night, absolutely drowned in the procession. I heard they had planned to go out to enjoy themselves, but decided the better thing was to go home and dry out and warm again. But to think a little bit today about water in our lives. Here in this part of the world, we take it for granted. Taps, showers, hoses in the garden, washing the car. And think of the experience of water that you have encountered. The River Gao down the road. The rivers in our countries. The streams of water that we see as we have travelled the roads of France. And the waterfalls. I saw some beautiful waterfalls in Canada where I was recently. The trickle of water at the grotto of Massabielle, as it flows down the side of the water. We put our hands against the rock, we can feel it. We bring water back with us from Lourdes, many gallons of it sometimes, for blessing in our homes. We use water for baptism. It's blessed in the name of the Trinity. We remind ourselves of the creation of water by the Lord. As that water is poured over our heads, as babies, as youngsters, as adults. And how important water is in our lives. Pope Francis, in his encyclical Laudato Si, spoke about water needing to be safe. He said it's a basic, fundamental, and universal right. And we see how people are starving of water in our world. It's essential to our human survival. We go bringing water with us. We buy a bottle full. So we have to defend the rights and care of water in our countries, in our world. Whether we're living here in Europe or other parts of the world. To remember parts of the world where they don't have water. They don't have running water. They don't have pipes into their homes. A few years ago, a young man came to Kilburn in London to raise money to sink a well. And I remember as a young child, my grandfather in Wexford, when my parents went to help him to sink a well in the backyard because they had found a spring. So it's so important in our lives. We think of water in the Bible, Noah and the flood, Moses crossing the Red Sea, bringing the people into liberation, Jesus changing water at the wedding feast of Cana, the baptism of Jesus in the River Jordan, Jesus walking on the water to the disciples, and at his death, blood and water flowed from his side, to remind us of that living spring coming from the Lord himself. We had said that through baptism we celebrate the second birthday. We are baptized. Pope Francis asked us to try and find out the date of your baptism, if you can. Because that was the day you became part of the Christian community, part of the church, that universal family. There's a very important place here in Lourdes. The baptismal font where Bernadette was baptized in the chapel of the church. So reminding us that that water cleanses us, revives us, gives us energy. As we heard in the psalm, the deer that yearns for running streams, we're like that deer searching for the water of life. So let's thank the Lord for the gift that we've been able to receive in this part of the world. And remind ourselves that so many people lack that basic need. Just to pray that it doesn't become a political weapon in our society. Many people suffer because of lack of water. Even in our hotels, it tells us how to use the water sparingly, not to take it for granted, not to take that gift for granted, to thank the Lord for the gift of life that we receive through water.